All right, folks, good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you for watching my video. It is 10:40 p.m. Tuesday, February the 9th, 2021. And I'm going to get my camera situated here so that, you know, you don't have to have a wobbly perspective or point of view. Let's see if I can do it here without it falling. And I just accidentally zoomed in on my freckled face. Okay, so I want to make a video real quick. That's like a joke for me, real quick. Video being on the subject of the church lady, Conan the Barbarian, and raw aggression versus passive aggression. Or I should have said the church lady versus Conan the Barbarian, and passive aggression versus raw aggression, respectively. So I don't have to squint through this entire thing. I'll put on my glasses. Okay. All right. So this is something that I've been like a rock inside of a tin can, bounced around inside my head for a long time. For not a long time, but a while. A few months, I guess, you might say. And when that happens, you know, things sort of like wine or cheese, you know, there's a point you can't eat it, you can't eat it, you can't eat it, and then all of a sudden it just comes together. And it's edible, and hopefully it's delicious. Hopefully it tastes good, you know. I hope that's the case here. That's the objective anyway. So let me get right to it, out of respect for your time. Raw aggression, like I've already mentioned, the model, you might say, for raw aggression would be Conan the Barbarian. You know, giant muscles, macho, type A personality, you know, threat of violence, implied if not explicitly stated, possibly both. You know, you could think of like a guy like, you know, just like Conan the Barbarian, decorates his wardrobe with the skulls of animals and possibly humans, you know. Just a very aggressive type of, this is like an extreme, you know, example. Hopefully you'll never meet somebody like this in real life. The model of a passive-aggressive person would be like the church lady, obviously, from Saturday Night Live. If you were around during that age, that's old stuff now. That's old, old stuff. So more modern terms, you know, you could say like George Costanza's mother. You know, that's not that modern, but it's pretty modern. You know, maybe it's 10 or 15 years old now, maybe 20 years even. Wow, think about that. Wow. Anyway, hopefully, you know what I mean. Hopefully you know who I'm talking about. Back in the older generation as well, again, would be like an Edith Bunker type of personality. Now, there might be more. I'm not that culturally literate, so there may be some more modern, better examples, but those are the examples that I'm familiar with, and so I'm just going to go with those. And the first iteration of this came to me while I was in the jacuzzi. So the second iteration never seems as good as the first iteration. So I have to capture it. I have to try to capture things on the first iteration, but I couldn't because I was in the jacuzzi. So, and I never really know if they're any good until I get into them, you know. So, and it seemed like it was really good when I was in the jacuzzi. So hopefully you'll get, look, the jacuzzi turns my ring black also. Anyway, so the point that I want to make is that, and it's a very important point, I think it's a critically important point for us, for humanity to understand, you know, for us to be responsible citizens, for us to be competent individuals, for us to be able to defend ourselves against people who would mean us harm. And by ourselves, I mean, obviously ourselves individually, but also anybody that we care about, you know, our neighbors, our loved ones, our parents, our children, our friends, you know, everybody, right? Because if you can't, then you're like a village that Conan the Barbarian and his merry band of raiders would happen upon, and they would just slaughter them and take their virgins and their livestock and be off with it, you know? Helpless, completely helpless. It's never good to be completely helpless. But you can see that they want us to be helpless. By they, whoever they are. I don't really care to identify, but, you know, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter who they are. Whoever they are is who they are. I mean, and frankly, for all of us, it could be a different they. Now, why do I have that weird reflection in my glasses? See that reflection? Where's that coming from? Is it coming from the light? That's not an option. Turning that light off is not an option. Look at that. It looks like, I don't know what that is. It's not anything behind me. You know? What is that? Is it the reflection of the glasses themselves? Yeah, it is. It's the reflection of the... It's the reflection of the phone on the glasses. No, it doesn't matter. I thought if I got a different pair of glasses, it would go away. Because these are blue blockers. And it doesn't go away, so I don't know what to do about that. It looks kind of weird, though. It makes me look like a robot. If I go to the side, or if I tilt the camera. All right, what's that one all about? No, that's no good either. What the heck, man? I need some help with my photography skills here. Look at that. No, it's not. It's like a cowboy or something. What the heck is that? See, I can see my face. Okay, there's my face. Right there. That's me. This thing right here is like a... What the heck is that? It's like a reflection of a reflection. I think that's what it is. It's a double reflected reflection. Wow, how bizarre, right? Okay, anyway. What was I talking about? That's what I got. I got to tilt my head up. Or like I'll tilt it up. There we go. I'll be like a rapper. Yo, you know, instead of like a school teacher, you know, I'll be like a rapper. Anyway, so what I was saying is that, you know, you don't want to be vulnerable, but you can see that they want to be, there's some force, some identified force, you know, a lot of people would probably say it's like the New World Order, the Illuminati, the government, or, you know, whatever. I mean, I don't know. But honestly, for you and for me individually, it might not be those characters. It might be your mom, you know, your dad or your brother or your sister, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your son, your daughter. I mean, it's just anybody who's a controlling person, you know, would fall under the category of they. Okay, so that, I guess that's the best way I know how to describe what I mean when I say they. So put in whatever personal pronoun you want for the generic pronoun they. And you know what? There's a 10-minute limit on videos when I upload them to Rumble. And I like to go longer than 10 minutes. So when this gets to about 9 minutes, I think I'll stop it and make a number 2. So I'll have like a 1 of 2. Hopefully it'll only be 2. Okay, so basically, okay, so we know who they is. And we know who the two archetypes of controllers are, the church lady or George Costanza's mother. And it's really kind of unfair to George Costanza's mother. She's just kind of like a quirky character. I don't really see her as being so controlling, you know. But let's use her, okay? Because she's a very, you know, like a very distinct and sort of poignant, you know, character type. But I do think it's a little bit unfair to characterize her as being controlling, you know. Because in this case, I'm really talking about something that's evil. I don't see George Costanza's mother as being evil. I just think she's kind of quirky and funny and annoying, you know, all at the same time. So, and I think that's kind of the way they intended to cast her. And obviously they did a good job. That's why everybody on that show made like $100 million. Because they did such a good job. Okay, so we know the archetypes. We know who the targeted people are to associate those archetypes to. Now, let's talk about how those two wildly divergent archetypes are actually, in the final analysis, the same. And I'm at 9 minutes, 48 seconds, so I'm going to stop this and create a new one, okay? Thanks for watching. I'll be right back. Tuesday, February 9th, 2021.